It's going to be a good video. That's crisp. Hi, I'm Megan. I am starting long form content creation, and this video is going to be about who I am, what I want to do, and also some general 2025 goals for my content. I like all things cozy. I have a lot of hobbies, so my plan with this channel is to share those things. I like to crochet, I like to knit, I like to sew, I like to bake, I like to play video games. I like to play some cozy games like Stardew Valley, Bandle Tale. I just got a few new cozy games on the Steam sale, so I'm excited to play those and I'm looking forward to that in upcoming streams. I also like to paint, I like to draw, I like to read. I love fantasy and sci-fi books. I'm currently on my winter break and I'm in medical school. I don't know if I said that yet, but I'm in my third year of med school, which might be important information. I'm currently on winter break. I have a little over a week left, and then I will be back in clinicals halfway through my third year, which means that I have a year and a half of medical school content left, and then I'm going to graduate and be a doctor, which is crazy because I've been in school for so long. That's a little bit more about my background and who I am, but hobby-wise, I think I said already that I like to bake. I like to cook. I don't get as much time as I would like to have to cook, but whenever I do get the time, I do like to cook. I like to travel. I don't really have very many travel plans this upcoming year, and I'm thinking about doing something about that. I'm thinking about maybe scheduling another trip to somewhere warm and sunny this upcoming year, but I'm not sure. I eventually want to travel to Japan. I am working on learning Japanese, but I think that that's going to be like a 2026, 2027 thing. I don't think that I am ready to. I've never been on a plane. So I don't think I'm ready to fly to Japan from the US just yet. But maybe, hopefully sometime soon. And I think I like that timeline because that gives me the time to learn a language. So hopefully you are learning some things about me. One of the things is that if I don't make a list and I'm not like, if I don't have a procedure, I'm all over the place. So hello and welcome. That's the vibe. Those are the vibes. I did make a list for my content goals for 2025. So we can do that now. Also, I hope you have a little drink. I hope you got a little drink and have a little treat since we're hanging out. I think you deserve one. My first goal for content in 2025 is to make more long form content. So I started making content in November, so about a month and a half ago, and I started with primarily short form content. The only long form content that I do currently is on Twitch. I will stream for like an hour or two. I primarily made short term content on TikTok. That's kind of how I started, which a little bit of a backstory on the way this started. My husband and I made 2024 bingo cards, and that started because the thing where people are like, that's not on my bingo card, or that wasn't on my bingo card. I don't know if then that inspired people to make bingo cards. It inspired my husband and I to make bingo cards because we thought it would be funny. In one of my little squares on my bingo card, I put make TikToks. And I really didn't think that that was going to happen because I have wanted to make content since I was 15, 16 years old watching YouTube. So here we are. But that's where the dream started. And then I don't know what possessed me to put that on my bingo card because I remember writing it down thinking like this is not going to happen. I've wanted to do this for so long. I never committed to it. Why would I commit to it this year? And here we are. And I like the content that I'm putting out, and it's been a good experience so far. The goal with that, I have a list of things that I kind of want to specifically make. Those are vlogs. I'm thinking like cozy vlogs, clean with me, spend a day with me, those sorts of things. And a lot of the things that I would do in those videos I'm doing anyways. So why not? I also want to continue uploading my streams on YouTube. I've uploaded 2, but it's something that I'm not consistent with, and I would like to do that. Another thing that I'm thinking about doing is reviewing books and games that I've read, books that I've read, games that I've played. I have Goodreads, and I set my goal for 50 books this year. So last year I'd only set it to like 10 because I knew that I was going to be studying for my board exam. So I knew that I didn't have a lot of time to read books. This year, even though I'm studying for my second board exam, I'm anticipating it to be a little bit of a smoother process because I've done it before and I know a lot more than I did a year ago. So I'm hoping that I can get to those 50 books and then review periodically kind of what I thought about them, some thoughts that they left me with, and questions. A lot of times after I read books, especially if the series is uncompleted, which makes sense, I end up with questions like, why did this happen this way? Or what, like, is there this plot hole? Or like, what questions do I want to be answered in the next book? So I think that that could be fun. And then I'm working on writing my own book. So I've thought about doing like a write with me, or when I'm studying, doing like a study with me kind of video. I like to watch those or put those on in the background when I'm studying or doing something. So I think that it might be fun to try and make something like that. And those are the types of long form content that I'm looking at right now. I like to play Dungeons and Dragons. I like to go to the Ren Fair, so like some of that kind of stuff might be sprinkled in there as well. That's where I'm at this current moment in time. And then my second content goal for 2025 is to not post content for views or metrics, just to post the content that I like. And if it's a slow process, that's okay. I'm just excited, to be honest with you. I'm just excited to see what I can create and work on that. My third goal is to not let editing or the fear of editing, the intimidation of the editing process, stop me from starting. The reason why I haven't made long form content in the past, there's like 2 main reasons, I feel like. One is because I think about editing and it makes me anxious because I haven't edited a long video yet. I still have a lot of like screens that I need to make on Canva, like the thanks for watching screens and the social screen. I have them made for my Twitch, but I just need to make some for YouTube. I haven't done them, and like editing in general. And then 2, the second reason is because I frequently, when I am like crocheting, knitting, sewing, doing all this stuff, it's not very aesthetic. Like I am just living my life. And like today, this is what I'm wearing around my house. My hair is flat and not fixed and maybe a little bit greasy, to be honest with you. So it doesn't feel very glorious, but that's okay. And I want my channel to be real. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just want things to be as real and as true to myself as they can be. And that's just how it's going to be, I think. Number 4 is to post consistently, but not constantly. So I want to be okay with missing things if I have to. And my workloads vary depending on the month. So sometimes I may have the time to post 1 or 2 videos per week. Other times I may not be able to post for a couple weeks in a row. And that's just, I'm going to have grace with myself because that's the life that I am living. Goal number 5, then the last goal for content in 2025, is to plan out my videos or make a list of videos and select from that list. The reason why I want to do this is because even with my short form content, I've already noticed that if I kind of back myself into a corner and plan one specific video on a specific day, if I get to that day and I'm not feeling like making that content, I won't do it. And then I won't end up posting anything because I feel pressured to do it, or I will start to record it and then you can just tell like the energy, the vibes are off. Like they're, or at least I feel like I can tell when I watch it back, like I do not seem like I'm having a good time. And I want this to be a hobby of mine. Like I don't want this to be a chore. I don't want it to be miserable. I have a short list of 5 video ideas that you may or may not see in the future. My first video idea is to do a staycation vlog. This is something that I'm really excited about because my husband and I are having a staycation next week for like a entire, it's actually 9 days if you count the weekends, which is kind of wild. It's supposed to snow next week. I have like so many soup ideas. Oh my God, I love a good soup. I love a good soup. I have sourdough starter to make bread. I have so much stuff planned out for next week that's like loosely planned. We're not making plans because it's a staycation, but I have like, we have Lego sets ready to go. We are ready to start the staycation. So I'm thinking about doing a vlog or a couple of different vlogs about our staycation and then making bingo cards for this year. I've thought about making a video about how we're going to do that. And then another thing that I want to do is I want to update all my vision boards. This is something that I do pretty periodically. Every couple of months, I try to update my vision boards and make sure that they still align with my goals. I typically do this on Pinterest. I don't really make physical vision boards just because I don't feel like it really suits my space. I feel like my space is very cozy, but Pinterest, I do like to make vision boards on Pinterest because then I can pull them up. I have the app on my phone. I'm on my PC pretty frequently, so I can always pull them up and look at them. And they're very good for me. If I see something, then I'm motivated to do something. Like if I have a day where I'm like, I really don't feel like finding movement today. If I look at my like movement, health, wellness board, I don't know what it is about seeing it, but my brain is immediately like, I want to go work out. Like it just works. So I use it because it just works. And then I also want to do a goal list for the year. I typically make goals again periodically. I don't wait for the new year to make a bunch of goals. A lot of my goals remain the same year to year because they are more long-term goals. So I continue to build on them. But New Year's is always a good opportunity for me. I love New Year as in like a fresh start and a way to refresh things. And I'm also typically on break at New Year because I have been in school for so many years. So it just works out well for me. I tend to do a lot of my goal reconstruction whenever I'm on break just because I have more time to sit down and reflect. So I want to do that. And then I also want to do a low buy year in 2025. So I've seen a decent amount of creators talking about this and doing this. I think I want to make a video of like my goals for my low buy year. It's kind of an interesting situation because my husband has a job, but I am in school and I've been in school for so long. So student loans are a massive part of my finances right now. So that is something that I want to think about and maybe talk about in a video. And I think that wraps up everything that I'm going to talk about today. I would be interested to know what kind of content you would like to see from me based off of the things that I described in this video. I guess just that would help me to like make my list of things that I could potentially make in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am really excited to make some content in the future. Also, Happy New Year. I hope that you had a fantastic new year. You were able to welcome it in whatever fashion you wanted to. And I'm also hoping for warmth for you, peace, clarity, all of the things that you want out of this year. Glad to have you. Hope to see you again. And if you like this video, give it a like. Maybe subscribe. I don't know. I'm not going to make you. Of course, I'm not going to make you. I can't make you, but even if I could, I wouldn't. I'm just saying. But I do hope to see you back. Hot girls burp, okay? Next question. Okay. I keep saying long term. I promise I'm not old. Well,